Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Geek Redemption here, and today I'm going to do, I think this is my first tutorial. And this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a Minecraft server. So, this series is going to be called, like, tutorials or something. I don't know. But pretty much, I'm just going to make a bunch of tutorials from coding to Minecraft servers to how to speed up your computer, etc. And if you would like any other tutorials, then just comment below. For example, how to make a bucket server, how to configure permission plugins, or the permission plugin for groups and stuff for essentials or whatever, or just different stuff you can request. Photoshop, Fraps, how to make no lag videos, and different things, varying from all different categories. And no matter what it is, I will be able to help you, because I just research it, figure out how to do it, then I make it the best tutorial I can. So first off, I'd like to make an announcement, sort of type thingy. I have my own Minecraft server. There's going to be a link in the description to the video with a bunch of details on it, and the IP will be in the description as well. And it's not 24/7 or anything yet, because there's still people donating, or because I'm saving up for a laptop. And there's a school drawing thingy. I probably won't win because there's like 500 people in the school, but there's a laptop giveaway thingy, so I might win that, and then there'll be more money to go to the server, like my Garry's server, and to the channel with equipment and all that stuff. Anyways, so please check out my server and everything. And this tutorial is going to be how to make a basic Minecraft server. So first of all, you want to open your preferred internet browser, and I recommend Google Chrome or Opera or something, mostly Google Chrome, and then go to minecraft.net. Hit enter. Then, where it says over here, play Minecraft, buy now, in browser, all that stuff, click on download. Then, if you are on Windows or Linux, actually, no, Linux is this, but this main tutorial is going to be for, it's mostly going to be for, Windows, but, if you're on, Mac or something, then download this, jar version. And I'm pretty sure you can use the jar for Windows too, but it's easier with this. So go ahead and download that. And then, when I was like very new to this, I just ran it, and I'm like, yeah, you have a server, but no, it's a lot. It's not very complicated, but there's more to it than that. You don't want to just run it or anything like that. You should make a folder or something. So make a folder called server or whatever you want. And I actually have Minecraft servers, and then my adventure maps, which I have it just the basic server thingy, not bucket or anything, because it doesn't really need to be a bucket. And then this is my Let's Play with my friends, the Geek Squad Let's Play, and then public server, which it's not up right now because I'm recording. So anyways, drag that into the folder you create, and then you want to go ahead and run it. Okay. So you see, it says starting Minecraft version 1.4.7, which it says right there what version server it is for which game. And then server.properties does not exist, which, well, anyways, it just generates all these files, which I will go over in a second. And then it says default game type survival, so we can edit that, change it to creative mode or something. Starting Minecraft server on 25565, which is the port. We'll get more into that later. And then preparing level world, preparing start region for level 0. Preparing level world is the world name, and then spawn area, and generates the world. Done, which means it's complete. And then to close, I recommend whenever you close, type save -all, just to make sure all the data is saved, and then type in stop. And if you want a separate tutorial specifically on port forwarding for different routers or stuff like that, or actually I should say stuff like that later once I get to port forwarding, but you may have heard it before. It's so that others can join your server. Or you can use Hamachi, but Hamachi sucks. I don't recommend it. Port forwarding as much, but anyways, if you need any help with your server, like if eventually it doesn't start working, people can't join or something, I can help with that. And I'll go more on a separate tutorial with more detail with the properties or commands or different things like that. So now that we have all the files that we need, let's take a look-see here at the server properties. No, first of all, let's go to banned IPs. So this is the log of all the banned IP addresses, which when you ban an IP address, that means no one from that household can log into your computer. For example, if a team of hackers that are all at the same house or something like that are like joining your server, like hey grief blah blah blah, like retards, then you can ban their IP. Then no one from their house can no longer join, instead of individually banning all the players. But if it's just some idiot breaking some rules, or if it's not that big of a problem, or whatever, then you can ban just their username, which will ban that account only from your server. Which I guess I'll show that in a bit. And then here's ops, which op it's just shortening for operator, which is like the head dude. But anyways, you can type in people's names here to make them operators and stuff, or you can do it in the commands, which I'm going to show you, which that shows all the list of all the operators which have commands or access to all the commands. And then server log just logs out the stuff like saved, generating, cannot respond, I don't know, different stuff. And then whitelist is well, it's for a private server. If you want to know how to make a private server, for just you and your friends or something, or a multiplayer server, then just comment for that tutorial. I'm going to make those anyways. But this tutorial is just how to make it so that you can join. But I'll make a tutorial on how to make it multiplayer and how to make it just a private server for your friends or something. So basically, generator settings. Not sure what that is. I'm pretty sure it's not important. Allow nether equals true. It means that people can build another portal and then go through it and go to the nether. If you set it to false, no capitals, no spaces, then that means they cannot. And if the level name is world, so it generates the world. And if you rename it to bop or whatever you want, then it'll generate a new world called bop or whatever else you name it. If you want to know how to import worlds, then just comment below and I'll make a separate tutorial for that. Enable query, I'm not sure what that is. Enable allow flight, which means they can hack with mods or something like that, and they can fly, which I recommend you don't do that. Server port, doesn't matter for this tutorial. Level type, doesn't matter. Enable Archon, that has something to do with server password or something like that, but it doesn't matter. Level seed, just like when you're joining a single player world, you can type in a seed. For example, village or something, I don't know. If you leave it blank, it doesn't have it, it'll just randomly generate, as in this single player. So yeah, you can enter seeds. And then server IP, leave that blank. Max build height, shouldn't mess with that. Spawn NPCs is true, which means villagers and stuff will spawn. Whitelist is false, which has to do with a private server, but that's not for this tutorial. Spawn animals equals true, which means spawn cows, pigs, and all that stuff. Snooper enabled, don't know what that is. Hardcore false, which means if you die, you get banned from the server. So it's pretty much hardcore except multiplayer. if you're playing a hardcore map or something. Texture pack equals, I will show you how to do that later. Online mode equals true. If you set it to true, that means you have to have a premium account. If you set it to false, that means that your friends, for example, if they can't afford Minecraft currently, then they can join. I recommend you set it to true because there's usually a lot of problems with cracked servers. And if you don't have Minecraft, just save up, buy for it, trust me. Buy it, trust me, it's worth it. PvP is true, which means people can... PvP stands for player versus player, which means people can hit each other and hurt each other and stuff. Set it to false if you don't want that. For example, if it's an adventure map with your friends or something. Difficulty 1, I'm pretty sure 1 is easy. Not exactly sure, but 1 is pretty standard. Medium, I don't know what it is. Medium. It's not that hard. And then 2 is a little harder, which my server is set to that because my server's a realistic roleplay, whatever, server. So, yeah. And then game mode equals 0 means they join in survival. Game mode is equals 1 means they join in creative. Game mode equals 2 is adventure mode, which they cannot destroy blocks and stuff except for torches, leaves, and grass, I think. And I'll show you more examples of stuff to prove it and crap. But max players, for example, if you have a slow computer or something like that, you can set it to 10 so there's not too many people, so it doesn't lag so much. But default it's 20. I reckon you keep it to that. Or I like mine on about 35 or something like that. Or unless you got a beast PC. But I'm just going to set it to 20, I guess. 210. Yeah. Spawn monsters equals true means creepers, endermen, and stuff like that can spawn. Set it to false means they can't. Generate structures, for example, villages, those pyramids in the desert and crap. And I think it counts for dungeons, but that means they can generate, and if you set it to false, then they will not. View distance, I think that's how far you can see. MOTD, not sure what that stands for. I'll look it up, and I'll say in the description or something like that. Or you can look it up yourself. Google. Boop boop. But a Minecraft server. Alright. So, let's start this bad boy up. And start Minecraft up. And I will show you more stuff. So because this is just a tutorial how to make a server for you to join, well, that's my IP already port forward and stuff. But if you don't have that all set up or anything like that, and you don't know anything about what to do, then for the IP or server address, just type in localhost, no caps, no spaces, and then it will be up right there. And you see right there it says Minecraft server, and in the properties it says a Minecraft server. Now, I'm assuming you get the hint that if you change that to something else, it'll change right there. But of course you have to reload or reset or restart your computer, whenever you edit something with a configuration or modifications or plugins with Bucket, I recommend you actually just restart the server because there's less problems. But anyways, so, let's join it to make sure that it works. Yep. And then you see that's not part of the server. That's because of my mods. Camera Studio mod, and I'm lagging a little bit, and Optifine. Anyways, so yeah, this crap I should have a quick game, but whatever. So save -all, down, exit. No, those aren't the command. It's stop, stop. And yes, I did it on purpose. Yeah, I guess. And then, after you join for your first time, it generates this little new thing that says spawn protection, which is how wide the spawn protection is, which means if they're not operated or anything, they can't destroy within that area, within that spawn. So if you set it to like 50, then they have to go 50 blocks out before they can start building and breaking and such. And then modded, let's change that to beast, best sar bar evar. Okay, now let's set the hardcore, no, I'll do example of that later. Level name is world. Okay, let's change that to test, no, example. Then, oh, and I'll make a tutorial how to make separate or multiple servers later on another tutorial. But anyways, let us go with that for now, and I'll go over the other configuration later. And the reason I'm doing this in separate tutorials is because, well, I'm a dirty douchebag and I want more views. No, I'm just kidding. But, because some people see, like, oh my gosh, that video is 20 minutes. I don't want to waste my time. But, yeah. So, I usually go into a lot of detail when I'm making tutorials or whatever. So, I just make separate videos for specific things so people don't waste their time on something they don't care about. So, you see it's changed to best server ever. And you see it still works. And oh yeah, and you see there's a new place because I regenerated a new world, and you see it generated a folder called example, which has all the data and players and stuff. So does this one. Anyways, if you already have your server port forwarded and you want to have your friends join, yeah, if you know what I'm talking about with port forwarding and stuff, then if you don't, then just ignore what I'm saying. Then you can go to whatismyipaddress.com. There'll be a link in the description. Then it'll say your IP, and then whatever port you have, just add at the end. Or for some people, you don't have to add the port, which I'm not sure why it's like that. But anyways, now let's stop the server. Server closed, that's cool. That does that. Now let's go to server properties. Let's see, level name, example, blah blah blah. Let's see what else there is to show. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's delete those two worlds. Start the server. I entered a seed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see what that is. And it's ready to join. Spawn, it's done, whatever. Ow. Goliath. You see, I spawned in this tree. That may have been a glitch. I may have normally been supposed to spawn up there or something. But you see, all this. Now let's stop the server again. You see, that was what the seed was. Now, if we go into the properties, change the world name to example 2 and start the server. Then you will see that it is the exact same. So that's seeds for you. And it sometimes does that when you first spawn or whatever. It glitches out and you're like bouncing or whatever. You destroy the block under you or something. See, we spawned at the same exact spot pretty much, except before we spawned like in there. So yeah, it was a glitch before. So yeah, you see how the seeds work. It's all legit. Now let's stop the server now that you get the gist of the seed. And if we open server properties, let's delete that, I guess. I'm not really sure how it would show an example of that. Spawn animals is true, hardcore false. Let's demo that. Okay. And I can't really show you the online mode, or the premium and the non-premium thing, because I don't have a cracked Minecraft thingy. So I set it to hardcore. So now, if we go just die, help. Okay, let's just opt me, and then /kill. Okay. You cannot respawn in hardcore mode. Leave server. You have died. Game over, man. It's game over. Which, I'm not sure if you can configure that. Then if you try to rejoin, you are banned from this server. Reason, death in hardcore. And then you can do, in the console, pardon. And then space your name. I don't think capitals matters. And then it says unbanned player Mr. Teacup. Guess it doesn't work. Because it's hardcore mode, it recognizes that he died. So yeah. Oh, I think that's so, like, with hackers and stuff, that they can't they can't hack themselves to be unbanned, and then it's like, you're banned, sucker, or whatever. So yeah, that's the basics of a server. If you like any specific tutorials with servers, or with any other tutorial, go ahead and leave a comment below. I will gladly oblige in making that tutorial for you. I would be so delighted. First of all, to get me more views, more subscribers. It would make you happy. And a satisfied customer. Even though you're not buying anything. But whatever. Okay, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe if it helped. If you liked the tutorial. Please subscribe for more tutorials, let's plays, and all that other stuff. Please check out my other videos. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. All that delicious stuff in the description to join my server and all that stuff. Or like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. If to stay up to date with stuff. So thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Goodbye.